This video will guide users through the process of requesting to work on behalf of an individual provider and that provider accepting the request. In this example, Barbara Smith, as the authorized official for Smith Medical Center, signs in to submit a request to Dr. Ann Wright to work on her behalf. Please note, only users identified as an authorized official or delegated official in the I&A system may request to work on behalf of a provider. On the home page, in the top box, Barbara sees that there are no pending requests from providers asking Smith Medical Center to act as a surrogate for them. In the bottom box, it also shows that there are no pending requests from anyone else to work on behalf of Smith Medical Center. To begin the request process, Barbara clicks on Add Connection. On the My Connections page, Barbara can view the status of all connections for Smith Medical Center. Since Barbara is initiating a new connection to work on behalf of a provider, she clicks the Add Provider button. Barbara then searches for Dr. Ann Wright by entering her NPI. Barbara verifies that Ann Wright is the correct provider based on the information shown. Barbara then selects the systems she would like approval from Ann Wright to access. In this example, Barbara selects PECOS and EHR incentive program and continues. On this final screen, Barbara is asked to verify and submit her request to work on behalf of Dr. Ann Wright. Next, Barbara receives confirmation of the request that was sent to Dr. Ann Wright, along with the details of the requests. Barbara and Dr. Wright will both receive emails with the details of the requests. Note: the Generate Individual Surrogacy confirmation is not required. This is an optional form that will allow the provider to complete their approval of the connection without logging in. This method is not recommended as it will take time for CMS to manually validate and process this information, and should only be used when there are technical difficulties preventing the provider from logging in and approving the request. If needed, you may access this form in the future for any pending connections under the My Connections tab. Barbara clicks Done to continue. When the connection request is complete, Barbara is returned to the My Connections page, which will now show the new pending requests to Dr. Ann Wright. At this time, there is no further action required by Barbara and she may log out of the system. During the previous step, we saw Barbara request to work on behalf of a provider, Dr. Ann Wright. During that process, the system sent Dr. Wright an email with the request for Smith Medical Center to work on her behalf. In that email is a link that will take Dr. Wright directly to the I&A homepage, where she may log in and approve that request. We will now sign in as Dr. Wright to view the request. When logged in, Dr. Wright can see the pending requests from Smith Medical Center to work on her behalf. Dr. Wright chooses to approve the PECOS request. Dr. Wright is then asked to confirm the approval. When the connection is confirmed, Dr. Wright is then taken to the page that lists further details about this connection, under the My Connection tab. At this point, Dr. Wright has completed the connection request and Smith Medical Center may now access the PECOS system on behalf of Dr. Wright. Dr. Wright chooses to also approve the EHR incentive program request. Dr. Wright has completed the connection request and Smith Medical Center may now access the EHR incentive program system on behalf of Dr. Wright. No further action is required by Dr. Wright. If Dr. Wright continued back to the home page after approving the EHR incentive program request, Dr. Wright will see that she has no pending connection requests that need her attention. For more about managing your information and how to work with surrogates, please review other tutorial videos and reference guides available on the I&A homepage.